One narrative structure that I think is particularly useful for STEM stories is ABT, and, but, therefore. This structure was popularized by Randy Olson in his books Connection and Houston, We Have a Narrative. ABT is useful because it's about the simplest form of a story that you can get. The key insight is that academics tend to get stuck in what Randy calls and loops. This is true and this is true and this is true and this is true and. But what's interesting about science, what people want to take away, is the part that's surprising to them. ABT helps focus the story on that surprising part, the but. There are basically two types of ABT science stories. Stories about the research question and stories about the research findings. Both can be told effectively with ABT. So let me show the structure of a research question story. You start with the and, what we already know. We know this about the topic, and we know this about the topic. But, see, that's the key, but this is what we don't know. Or equivalently, what the problem is that we don't yet know how to solve. That leads to the therefore. We need to do the research in order to find out what we don't know, or to solve the problem. A research findings story is kind of similar, right? Just start with a series of statements about what you found out that was pretty much what you expected, right? We found this out and we found this out, but that's the part that's surprising, what we found out that was surprising or transformative. And usually it's that surprising part that then leads to the end, the therefore, the study implications, what we should do now because of the findings. So to make this concrete, let me give you an example from my own research. The central message of this story is this: we need to improve how we present laboratory test results to patients. So here goes. People with chronic diseases like diabetes often need to get laboratory tests, blood tests, to check how well they are doing with their disease. And this information can help those patients with self-management. Furthermore, more and more, patients can view their results online by logging on to websites run by their hospital or health system. But those websites present the test results in these number-heavy tables that we know are very difficult for patients to understand. Therefore, we wanted to see if we could design visual displays of laboratory test results that patients would find easier to understand. We conducted a series of experiments as part of this project, and we found, not surprisingly, that our visual displays were indeed easier for patients to understand. But we also found that these displays were particularly good at helping patients not worry about results that are just barely not normal and are not medically concerning. Therefore, our results suggest that if hospitals would adopt this type of visual display, patients might be both better informed and have less unnecessary worry about their results. See? You can tell a linear, logical, and engaging story about science with just and, but, and therefore.